Hey everyone, it's Nina here from Aux in Spain. Welcome to my vlog. This is the first time I'm doing something like this. I'm normally a writer, so I have my blog as well. Hopefully you check that out. But I did want to create a video series to share about my journey over the past over 10 years since I first came to Spain, and a total of 4 years as an Aux. And 2 years as an English teacher in a language academy. I wanted to share that journey with you, and hopefully, through my stories, you're encouraged, you're inspired, etc. I know that it can be daunting to live abroad, and I really want to share my personal experience as a way to help you know that you're not alone in this journey, and you have a lot of exciting things coming up for you or already happening if you're already here. So once again, thanks for joining me here at my Aux in Spain vlog, and I hope you enjoy. So today, just a little introduction to who I am and how I first came to Spain. I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York, and I had studied abroad back in the day. I'm gonna age myself here. Back in 2008, I had studied abroad for a summer in Andalusia. And I just fell in love with Spain, and I swore up and down that I would come back. So I, went back to New York. I finished my master's degree in elementary education, and I got a prestigious, teaching assistant position in a really famous private school in Brooklyn. And it was exciting. Got my foot in the door, it was perfect setup to climb up that ladder, build my career as an educator, etc. But I remember thinking a few months in, wow, I'm so young to be marrying myself to my career. There's still so much of life in the world that I want to explore. And I remembered how much I fell in love with Spain. And so I decided, you know what? It's terrifying and it's, thrilling, but I'm going to leave this job and I'm going to move to Spain to teach English. I had accidentally stumbled upon the NALCAP program. It wasn't very well advertised back then. And so at that point, I think I was just looking for ways to be able to stay and live in Spain. And I found out about the NALCAP program, which was, the primary program back when I did it. It was the only one that I really knew about. And, it was nerve-wracking, especially because with NALCAP, you kind of have to figure things out on your own. They didn't have these guides that they do nowadays. So a lot of it was just research on my own in terms of, figuring out the visa, the residency, etc. The Facebook forums were a huge help for me then. And so I'm super grateful for them. Get on them if you're not on them. They're incredible. The community is really great. And so anyway, I did all this research and I was ready. And the summer prior to moving, I was having anxiety attacks on a regular basis, which makes sense. It's terrifying. It's terrifying to live abroad, to move abroad by yourself. It was the first time I was really kind of moving away from my family. Sure, I had studied abroad and I had lived in Costa Rica for a few months, but to move abroad for a full year, 9 months, right? Technically from October to June. But it was terrifying. And, I think that that's normal. And I think that it's okay to be scared, but you can be scared and still feel brave at the same time, right? And still be brave, right? And really what I want to share today is this, that, wherever you are in the stage of your journey, whether you're just thinking about doing the program next year, whether you're gearing up to move over here this year, or whether you're here now, there are going to be these moments of fear, and there are going to be these moments of insecurity and uncertainty, but pushing through them really allows you to see what you're truly capable of. And it's something to be proud of. I think most people, when I told them that I was moving, they would kind of get this wistful look on their face, like, oh, you're so lucky. I wish I could have done that. And then on the other hand, you had people who worried about you, you know, like my family, right? My family was slightly concerned. But, you know, I think taking as big of a step as you are to move abroad, to teach abroad, to immerse yourself in another culture, to immerse yourself in a different part of the world, to build relationships that you wouldn't otherwise build with people from different backgrounds. Wow, it's phenomenal. And, you know, I hope that you're proud of yourself. I know being proud of myself for my journey is always something that's really challenging for me to do. So I wanted to share that with you because if you're in the same boat, you know that you'll get through it and you'll have some of the most incredible memories and the most incredible experiences. I have never personally regretted my journey here. Obviously not. This is my third time back here after a lot of back and forth between Spain and the US. But you know, whether you end up staying here for a year or multiple years, you're going to gain something, right? And that's not to say that it's going to be easy. That's not going to say that it's smooth sailing. You're definitely going to have really tough moments. But you absolutely can push through them, you know, and come out on the other side. And man, oh man, is it worth it. So congrats. And yes, enjoy the journey. Oh, that's so cliche. But it's a cliche for a reason because that's really what it's about. It took me years and years to really understand what it means to enjoy the journey, but enjoy it and trust that you will have an incredible time and you'll come out on the other side of this experience so much stronger, so much wiser, and, you know, hopefully with a lot more fun stories to share. Well, that's all for now. Hasta la próxima. Ciao.